winners. As we grow up, we lose our life moment by moment until everything's taken away from us the day we die. Existence orbits around the certainty of loss. Old age is not the passing of years, but the destruction of all we hold dear. That is what I observe in your writings, your ability to detain the inevitable passage of time. That's why I love literature. Kronos is powerless over it. The words of Plato, Aristotle, Seneca, Balzac, Tolstoy, and all the authors the world has given us are the only things that can hold back the monster that devours everything and leaves it a pile of dust. I am an ardent fan of your books. There are only 3 things I love in this world: my beloved husband, Antoine, the beautiful village of Saint-Malo, and the historic library I manage. The Hôtel des Eaux, where the library is located, was built in 1628 by Jean Grave, Sieur de Launay, and his wife Bernardine Serre, shortly after they were married. André Désy, the hero of Nancy, was born there, and now it houses the oldest and most beautiful books in the town. You may ask why I'm telling you all this. Who am I? A provincial librarian who knows so little of the world and has only an old building for her kingdom? I ask myself the same. Perhaps because I fell in love with your novel, The Blight, and with that simple yet gut-wrenching description of the destruction of a city. Yes, Mr. Zola, I wept at the misfortune of your characters and Gabrielle's terrible illness. But now I'm living my version of it. France's very own plague. You might not believe the things I'm telling you, or what's worse, you may not even care. I'm not just doing this to write a book about my love story and the horrible occupation of France by the Germans. Rather, my hope is that someday, when humanity regains its sanity, people will know that the only way to be saved from barbarianism is by love. Loving books, loving people, and, though you may call me crazy, loving our enemies. There's no doubt that love is the most revolutionary choice, and therefore the most persecuted and reviled. Augustine of Hippo's thrilling phrase still reverberates in my ears. Love and do what you will. My grief began the same day as my happiness. It's always hard for humans to accept misfortune, as if bad things only happen to other people and we ourselves are out of harm's reach. The same day the Germans attacked Poland and plunged the world into a merciless war, Antoine and I were married in the Cathedral of Saint-Vicent in our lovely town of Saint-Malo. This is our story. Jocelyn Ferrec. Part 1. One Summer Day. Chapter 1. The Honeymoon. Saint-Malo, September 1st, 1939. Our good friend Denis Villeneuve, Brittany's most well-known bookseller, walked me down the aisle. Antoine and I had met in his bookstore 2 years prior. While I was flipping through a first edition of Les Miserables, the handsome young man behind me tripped, and a huge pile of books cascaded across the scuffed hardwood floor. I started to smile, then noticed his haste, so I bent down to help him collect the books. The young man looked up, and our eyes locked, just a few inches from each other. His blue irises were the intensity of the turquoise sea that bathes the city's beaches on sunny days. I had only been back in Saint-Malo for a few months. I had studied at a school run by nuns in Bordeaux and later in Rennes, then gotten a degree in philology. Nearly a decade had passed since I was last in town. After the car wreck that took my parents, nothing anchored me to Saint-Malo. But one of my professors in Rennes told me that the librarian's assistant position was open, so I applied, though without much hope. As I walked down the long aisle of the cathedral, I could not hold back my tears. Antoine's family filled the front rows, but I had no one else in the world. Yet the sadness dissipated when I looked into the face of the man I loved. His dark red curly hair flopped over his forehead.